Okay, we are live. I hope everyone are doing well. Welcome to Wednesday Evening Encore. I am your host, Christopher Thomas. There are women out here sitting on $1 million voices, but barely making minimum wage impact. Not because you aren't brilliant, not because you don't care, but because you were taught to shrink in order to be safe. You were taught to shrink in order to be safe, to be humble instead of being heard. Now, I'm not saying not to be humble, but we're keeping this in perspective, right? To serve silently instead of shining boldly. But let me tell you this: being quiet doesn't scale, silence doesn't sell, and humility without visibility, that's like being in prison, dressing up as it's being professional. So for this evening, Wednesday evening encore, we're blowing the fuse on that system. This episode is for the women entrepreneurs, women brands, the brilliant women who are already powerful, who just forgot to the switch that was hers to flip. And we're going to be talking about, we're going to wrap all of that up in what I'm calling the visibility voltage. The quiet confidence ends here. And we're going to show you why having a mega marketing megawatts, why it all begins right now. So, my women owned entrepreneurs, my women brands, my brilliant women, powerful women. You ever felt like the loudest voices are getting opportunities that you're actually qualified for? You're watching people, who winning, who have half of your skills, you know, who don't really care. So they don't care as much as you do. They don't love as much as you do. They have half of your credentials, but twice the audacity. Now, here's the truth no one tells powerful women: visibility isn't about matrix, it's a necessity. And you can't convert what can't be seen. So we're gonna get very real here. You've got the experience, but your name never comes up in the room. You got the ideas, but someone else always gets the credit. You wrote that great post, but barely even got a like. So it's not a content problem. That's a presence problem. You've been out here, whispering when the market only responds to resonance. So let me say that again. The market doesn't buy from echoes. It buys from electricity. And that electricity is your brand's visibility voltage. Now, here's the problem. You were told that don't brag, don't be too much, and don't make it all about you. But here you are, underpaid and underestimated. Now, we're going to call all of it out. Playing small is expensive. Silencing your story is sabotaging your sales. And your brand isn't quiet because you're classy. It's quiet because you're scared. Scared of judgment, scared of backlash, possibly even scared of attention. And yet you crave it, not for the ego, but for the impact. So here's the solution: the solution isn't to shout, or to get louder. It's to own it. Own your visibility. Own your lane. Own your voltage. So remember we talked about earlier about that visibility voltage system? We're going to help you to activate that this evening in this particular episode. Now, there are three things that I have injected in creating this visibility voltage system for you. Now, take note, and you can either write these down or you can, those of you who are on YouTube, you can replay this. Those of you who are on Instagram, you can, I'll save it on my page, as well. There are three things. One, signal clarity. You must know exactly what your audience needs to hear, not what they want to hear, what they need to hear. Two, signal strength. You must show up where the decision makers live. Showing up where the decision makers live. They may not be on your Instagram. They may not be on your Facebook. They may be showing up and living somewhere else. But you have to signal that strength. And number three, signal seduction. You must craft a message that doesn't just talk, but tingle. Now, I'm going to talk about what to do, when to do it, when you do it, what to expect. Now, what to do in order to inject and to activate that visibility voltage system. Get clear on one message that makes them lean in. When do you do that? You do it immediately, because someone else out there is going to be louder than you and do it and steal your impact. They may not be better than you. They may not love better than you, stronger than you. They may even have your credentials, but they may be able to say it louder and may be able to steal what's dedicated, what's meant for you. Why do it? Because the world doesn't reward the best kept secret. It rewards the best branded story. Now, when you do all of this, what can you expect? You can expect clarity, you can expect confidence, and you can expect conversion. Because when your client feels you, they follow you. And when they follow you, they buy. I always inject a story of a client that we have who we have worked with in the past. And this client's her name is Tanya, and Tanya is a corporate leader who turned coach. Right? She had the credentials. Actually, the credentials are crazy. She had the credentials that I'm going to describe as a way to make Harvard sweat. She was posting in circles, but no traction. She had no clicks and she had no cash. So she came to us and our team. What we took the same formula that I'm giving you this evening, the same formula, the same strategy I'm giving you this evening, and we rewired her voltage. So in a few sentences later, after testing it on her social media, she got 5 inbound DMs in 24 hours. She closed $12,000 in new clients that week, all because her presence finally matched her power. Tanya didn't add anything. She simply stopped dimming. Her lights were shining bright. We added some megawatts, to her brand, and it worked out extraordinarily well for her. So now it's time to flip yours. If you're watching this right now, I'm not asking you to get louder. I'm asking you to get clearer. Remember, visibility isn't about attention. It's about alignment. And keep this in mind, my women. An aligned woman attracts aligned money. So here's the deal. You don't need, another Canva post, right? You don't need another video reel. You don't need someone taking videos for you and doing it and posting for Instagram or TikTok or for YouTube shorts. You need to decide that you're no longer available for invisibility. You need a message that says that, I'm no longer for sale. I'm in demand. So, and that starts with your decision. It doesn't start with the domain name. So if this is you, if you're ready to flip the voltage, I want you to do two things. I want you to book a complimentary brand blueprint session with me, someone on our team, and we'll uncover the silent sabotage that's happening in your message. Now, for those of you who are on Instagram, once I complete this particular live session, you'll be able to click the link in my bio and it'll take you to be able to book that particular complimentary 15-minute brand blueprint session. Those of you on YouTube, it will be in the discussion. The second thing I want you to do is to dive into what I call the brand power vault. This is a self-guided vault full of plug and play scripts, frameworks, templates. It doesn't just give you content, it gives you clarity. And that is also, you can get access that in the same link that is associated with that 15-minute 15-minute complimentary brand blueprint session. And when you're and when you're ready to claim that identity, the market is going to chase you. So I'll leave you with this. Visibility doesn't make you fake. It makes you findable. And the woman who isn't afraid to be seen, she's the one who gets chosen. Not just once, over and over and over again. Now, that is what we have for this week's episode of Wednesday Evening Encore. Next week, we're going to be unlocking the profit boundaries. Charge what you celebrate. Because once they see you, you better know what you're worth. If this moved you, I want you to share it with other women, power women, brilliant women who are working on their brands, who have established brands, who are looking to scale their brands, those who are looking to build new brands, as well. Forward this information to them. Forward it to the women who deserve to be paid, they deserve to be seen, and they deserve to be known. And those of you who are out there, want you to follow, save, turn on notification. The voltage isn't coming. It's already in you. Now it's time to flip the script.